Hello everyone and welcome back to Sudden Wealth. If you do enjoy the content, please consider dropping that a like and subscribe. I do hope you're having a wonderful day and thank you very much for tuning in. Now, I wanted to give a quick update regarding AMC after the reverse stock split has been approved. And actually what I've been seeing is, besides of course the total collapse of the AMC price, is that the YouTubers that used to talk about AMC, they are changing. Let's say some of them are changing, some of them are staying the same. And it's actually quite funny because some of these things I've actually predicted. So some of them are continuing the classic clickbait. Bad news, good news. Actually, reverse stock split is good. Next time is bad. Adam Aaron did this. Let's go, Hapes. Adam Aaron did that. Oh my God, we're screwed again. So this back and forth with the same titles as they used to have a couple of years ago. So nothing has changed. They're trying to milk this cow as much as possible. And they will. And actually, in my opinion, those people actually welcome the dilution because it allows AMC to survive longer, so they can keep producing the same videos over and over and over again with the same message, with the sole intent of manipulating the apes. So I was actually expecting that this would continue. I thought that there would be at least somewhat of, be a bit of a shame, have a bit of shame and actually cut back on some of this craziness. But no, they're just going as planned, producing the same type of videos over and over again and wishing for dear life that AMC don't go bankrupt so they can keep basically grifting that ad revenue. Now, there are other YouTubers which are increasingly focusing more and more on other stuff. So I'm talking about crypto, and then, by the way, their takes on crypto are completely wrong. So what they're trying to do is to create the same narratives they created for AMC, but for crypto. Now, why is this so stupid? Because actually, if you pick some good projects, you don't need narratives, you don't need stories, you don't need lies that this stock is going to go up 25 times, 500 times, 100 times, 10 times, whatever, based on some hidden synthetics and some weird manipulation and corruption. No, if you actually pick good projects in crypto, they naturally go up 50 to 100x. But you see, these people are not specialists on anything, so they also don't know the crypto world. So what do they talk about? Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, whatever is in the news and whatever is recognized by their audience, because they want to do the same thing as the first group of people, which is to continue to grift their audience for ad revenue. They have no, their track record is absolutely abysmal, but they always have a very nice excuse why some things are happening in the background that no one can see, only them, that justifies why they are wrong. And the idea is they make these huge predictions that attract people's mind. So it's a bit like me coming here, Bitcoin is going to be 100 million next cycle. Yeah, true. It's going to be 100 million. Yeah, no doubt. Pulse chain. Pulse chain is going to be $100. So if I come here and I say things like this, and then of course, when none of this happens, I just come up with a story. They are not allowing this. The government is working. The government is so scared. They're working extra time to keep this down. Blah blah blah. And I just come up with these Peter Pan fantasy stories to keep my audience entertained, and nothing that I do or say is actually happening. So number one group of people is to keep just doing whatever they were doing, and they come up with some conspiracy theories to keep the YouTube ad revenue going, and they don't care. Like, many apes have been completely destroyed emotionally by this court decision, but they don't care as long as they get their ad revenue. That's all that matters. Number two, you have the people who transition to other stuff like crypto, things that were not part of their core specialty. And of course, because they were not special on stocks, they have nothing to offer on crypto. So they go for the big ones, which everyone knows, and they come up with huge predictions that never come true. Then number 3 is the new MOASS. So I've already mentioned to you that this was bound to happen. So we had MULN was going to be the ultimate MOASS. Nobody talks about it anymore. BBIG was going to be the ultimate MOASS, is now delisted. AMC was the real MOASS, not GameStop. And when people like me suggested, oh, maybe the squeeze happened at 72, we were completely insulted, and this guy's crazy, and this guy doesn't know anything, blah, blah, blah. Who is this guy? He wears a mask, etc. Now people have been quiet about AMC. So what they're doing is they're stopped talking about AMC and finding new real MOASSES. I think now the latest that I've seen around is DWAC. So DWAC is not going to be the MOASS, the company that is supposed to merge with the parent of Truth Social from Donald Trump, and the idea is that Trump will win the election, and DWAC is going to go to, again, we are with the same story, right? $1,000 a share, $10,000 a share, $5,000 a share, and then of course when that doesn't happen, it was corruption, it was this, it was the other. Now, am I advising you to buy or not buy anything? No, I couldn't care less. You buy whatever you want to buy. I never give you financial advice. What I'm trying to say is, look how easy it was for me to predict what's going to happen after AMC had the reverse stock split. People lost hope. Some people are still with hopes. So I was a bit surprised, I will say. I was a bit surprised that the exact same content before the reverse stock split is still getting the same amount of views. It never fails to surprise me. But the other two, I told you, they would either go to other things like crypto, or they would find new real MOASSES like DWAC, like MULN, like all the others that never pan out. And it's always based on extremely speculative plays. So the idea is, and then they always come up with these crazy numbers, right? DWAC is currently $16. It's going to go to $1,000. I mean, even if the merger happens, everything goes well. I mean, how can you predict that the stock is going to go almost 1,000% straight up? I mean, sure. And the idea here is very simple: is to keep throwing these real MOASSES to the wall. Basically, none of them come true. And then eventually, as the Fed will one day cut rates and print money again, and basically have another clown market or another crazy market, is that they pick one stock that eventually does 500% or something like that after going down 95, 96%, 98%, and after losing money in all the other stocks, eventually one will come through. That's the idea behind it. It's a little bit like if you have a monkey picking stocks, looking at, I don't know, you put let's say a big rug on the floor with all the stocks, and the monkey keeps picking them. Eventually he will pick one that will do extremely well. That's the same mentality, and in the process they do get some ad revenue, maybe create some courses if they pick one that ends up going higher, and they ignore all the others. So what I was trying to say is that even as the lawsuit was happening, which went through as I predicted, it took longer than I expected, but it did go through. I already told you exactly what these YouTube finance guys were going to do, and these YouTube AMC and meme stock guys were going to do, and they've done exactly that. Wow, I mean, you really need to be a genius to figure these guys out. Unfortunately, they keep getting all the millions of views and all the subscribers and selling stuff to people. I don't do any of that, but now hopefully my audience is starting to understand and to see the pattern and the writing on the wall for all these things, okay? So be very careful out there, because this is going to replicate and it's going to keep going. But at least hopefully you now understand what drives these movements, if you will, and you already know what's going to come after. When these things typically do not pan out, you already know what's going to be. It's going to be an excuse, corruption, something went wrong, and then they're going to find another MOASS again. And we'll keep on this while people that listen to them lose all their money. they keep making their own money either on YouTube ad revenue or selling stuff to people. So this is the world we live in. Hopefully my message gets to some of you. And I'm not saying you should buy or sell anything based on what I say. What I'm saying is understand the philosophy, the strategy, the way they put up these stories together. They are designed for one single purpose, which is to get your attention and also to make you lose all your money. So be very careful, guys, and I'll catch you in the next one.